What's going on, guys? Victor here. It is day 3 in the Bahamas. We tried chunking for yellowfins this morning and we didn't really get on a good school of them, so we're actually headed back home. We got to cross back over to the States today. On our way home, my buddy Mike, he's got some really good deep drop numbers, and that's one of the good things about the Bahamas is the deep dropping is just phenomenal. You got yellow eyes, snow grouper, you got all sorts of just stuff that lives in really deep water. And what you normally do is they got an LP down there, they got an electric reel, but I'm going old school, I'm going all natural. I got the 50, I'm going manual. Probably gonna regret this later because it is a lot of work. Reeling in 1,000 feet of water, 800 feet of water is not easy, but you can't just sit around. We're trying to feed families here. So let's see what we can pull up. All right. Oh, baby, we on. Oh, dude, I got a stringer probably, don't I? Hold on, let him pile on there. All right. That did not take long. That was down there for all of 2 minutes at the most. 2 of them. Woo!
Yeah, the big one.
The big one. Yeah!
The gap.
Bro.
Queen.
No. Oh, get it.
Ah, it was the queen.
Hell yeah. What was that little? Check that out.
Nice queen.
Nice queen.
Leader shot.
Because Mike's got a really heavy deep drop rig. I only got 80 pound on, so they might eat this better. So I just reeled my reel up, and we don't want to have 2 down there at the same time to avoid tangles. But Austin just dropped the LP again, and honestly, the manual was not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, didn't you?
I'm next. It took a lot less time than I thought it was going to, so I'm going to do it.
Good. Bigger chance you're going to get him getting tangled.
There you go. That's more than one.
So I dropped mine, got the fish. Now Brooke just decided to get bold, drop down 2, and she's got them on. She's probably got 1 or 2 on there.
Fire already.
How they feeling?
My arm's on fire.
Guys, a lot of people will not do this. They refuse to manual. It's mainly an electric reel thing. If you don't have an electric reel, you could come out here and do it. All it is this just giant chicken rig. You put some cut bait on there, drop it down, and you never know what you're gonna pull up. Not what you wanted.
Not what I wanted.
Alright, what's your name, Victor?
The line's a little lighter. Go for it. Got him on! Dude, that thing's huge down there.
Grab that AJ.
Get the AJ.
Oh, giant. Nice one.
That's the biggest yellow eye I've ever
That's a
seen.
stud. Pull those things up. Austin, that's a slob.
This thing's full grown, boy.
Alright. Ready? Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Christmas tree of fish.
Austin, you want to go back?
Yeah, I'll take us right back where we were. That's how you fill the box. A couple of those. Straight meat. Did it pop off? Yeah, it's okay. So we got 4. It's coming up. Don't worry, brother.
All the guys are using the electric reel. We got one of the only 2 girls on the boat doing it manual style.
Oh yeah, gotta get that arm pump somehow.
And the other girls deep in the meat in the fish box organizing the fish. We haven't gotten skunked. We've gotten a fish every time. And on the last one, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was me or Austin, but we had a queen snapper float up, because that's what happens a lot of time. You might hook 4 or 5 in the beginning, and then as you're reeling it up, hooks come loose, they get off, and then if you guys ever watched my last deep drop video, there's this thing called barotrauma. When you guys see their eyes bulging and their guts hanging out, fish have air bladders, and they can't compensate for that pressure change as fast. So all the gases in their internal organs expand, and that's why they have those bulging eyes and stuff. And they can't swim back down. They physically can't, so they just pop up to the surface, and that's why sometimes we see them floating. Oh no, that's a bite. There. Oh, bro. So it looks like we got a good amount on. Yeah. So I'm not reeling up. When you reach the bottom, you don't want to reel up right away because you got 800 feet or more. You want to let them load up on there. You know, you might hook one, another one swims by, senses it, they eat it. You want to kind of let them pile on there and not give them too much slack. Keep it kind of tight, but at the same time, give them a little bit of slack so that way they can get hooked. Jack, that's why I felt like it was a good one. Got him. Alright guys, this is the last drop of the day. Brooke is hooked up, reeling them in, and she got skunked on the snapper, but I'm rooting for her. I really think that she got some snapper on this time. And it looks like she might have 2, possibly 3, maybe 4 on. And she's done good. She's done the hand crank. Is this your second? This is your 3rd time. 3 times by herself. You got more than one. Have that wake wave. Beautiful. It's a stomach or an air bladder. Stomach. All right, we're done deep dropping. Time to head home. Guys, we are back from the Bahamas. This is the last video you guys will see from the trip. It's Sunday, we left on Friday, and these are 2 of the most prized fish you guys get in the Bahamas. You can only catch them deep dropping, so I'm talking 700, 800, 900, 1,000 foot plus. You know, what you guys saw us do with the manual rods, we got 1 electric, 1 manual. The manual is definitely not conventional, and most people don't use it, but we wanted to have 2 rods going, and it worked, it paid off. This right here is a yellow eye. As you guys see, it's got a yellow eye, and they are really beautiful fish. Cold water snapper, flaky, white, firm fillets. If you guys don't like fishy tasting fish, this is probably the best fish you guys can get your hands on. So I'm gonna go ahead and fillet this queen snapper up. Sweet looking fish, very firm. Big old eyeballs. They live down there. All those deep water fish, swordfish, tunas that go real deep. These deep drop fish all have big eyeballs because there's not a lot of light down there, and they gotta absorb as much of it as they possibly can. Oh yeah, this fish is real firm. Probably the firmest thing I've filleted all day. Go right over here around the rib cage. Don't go through that. You gotta go right around it, otherwise your life's gonna be hell. Continue down.
Are the airplane?
Really nice, white, flaky meat. It probably looks a little dark right now because there's not a lot of light left, but this is some really good stuff. Big buck fish right here. So I will see you guys back in the kitchen. Thank you guys for watching these Bahamas videos, and this is gonna be the last catch, clean, and cook from them. I'll see you guys there. Hope you guys enjoyed that last little bit of fishing action from our last day in the Bahamas. And if you guys are wondering what we do with all that fish, the fish you guys saw on the dock, well, we went with 6 people, and that is a lot of fish for a lot of families. None of it goes to waste. You know, we consume it, we give away to friends and family, and that's one of the unique things about being able to go to the Bahamas, is bringing back just a ton of fillets. So what you guys see me doing here is, on the left hand side is the queen snapper, on the right is the yellow eye, and I just kind of wanted to do a little comparison to show you guys the difference in the fillets. The queen snapper is a lot more firm, yellow eye more flaky in nature. Both really good fish though. So what we're going to be doing with this recipe is making a piccata style fish dish, and to get that crispy exterior on my fish, I want to go ahead and pat my fillets dry, and I'm going to go ahead and just make a really simple, quick seasoned flour, which is just going to be composed of all-purpose flour, garlic powder, black pepper, some paprika. That is really good stuff, by the way, that Hungarian paprika, and pink Himalayan sea salt. You know, kind of just seasoned to taste, no exact measurements. You guys know how I do with my recipes. I'm trying to learn recipes and make them, not go by others. That's how you learn in the kitchen, and that's how you really just develop a palate, and that's how you develop skills in the kitchen. So go ahead and mix this flour up, and we are going to go ahead and just coat our fillets in this. I did about half yellow eye snapper and half queen snapper for this recipe. Honestly, did not notice any taste aside from the texture of the yellow eye versus the queen, where the yellow eye would flake a little bit more. I prefer a more firm fish, but that's just me. Both were excellent in my opinion. So I'm also prepping up some garlic right here, putting into a little bowl, because this is going to be used for kind of like a little garlic pasta I got going on later, and some parsley for garnish, as well as to season our just our dish in as a whole. So go ahead, chop up our parsley, and this is actually a very easy dish to make as well. Does not require, I don't think it requires too much skill. So olive oil in the pan, medium-high heat. Go ahead and put our fillets of fish in there after they have been dredged in our flour, and 2 to 3 minutes on each side, depending on how hot you got the heat, and look for that brown coating just like I got right there. That's the good stuff. And that flour kind of crisps up your fish, but not overwhelming, not like an actual fish batter. Go ahead, set those guys on the side. I'd like to stick mine in the microwave, and so just they retain their heat. Capers, delicious. If you guys don't like them, you can substitute for something else or just not put them in. Bring my capers up to a minute and 30 seconds in the heat. Deglaze the pan with some wine and then add butter. This is a butter sauce, so it is going to be a little bit on the heavier side. If you wanted to do just purely olive oil, you could do that, but you can't go wrong with butter. So bring all that up to a nice blend and add my fish back into the sauce, heat it thoroughly, garnish it with some fresh parsley at the very end so you get that real fresh taste of the herb rather than the cooked nature of it. And like I told you guys, I wanted to do just kind of a simple garlic pasta. I went with bow ties, warmed up some butter and garlic, and I just mixed it thoroughly together with my bow tie. Put it into this little plate, serving platter, and then put my fish right on top of my bow tie pasta because I want all those juices and flavors to just come together. And I poured in all of my white wine, caper, butter sauce right on top of the bow tie and the fish itself. And I know your mouth is watering right now. Thank you guys for watching.
Finally, fish after 1 week. Finally, my son come back from Bahamas, and finally he was fish again. Very good, very tasty with the capers. The sauce very good. The fish delicious. You see? Plate is empty.
Delicious. It's always good supper.